Hey guys, Brad Danger here, and well, as you guys probably know, right here is my dream car. It's an R35 GT-R in beautiful Bayside blue, and it has over 700 horsepower now. But it didn't always look like this or have that much horses. See, this was the cheapest GT-R or supercar in the nation. And when I found it online, I was very skeptical at first. I mean, if a deal seems too good to be true, like my mom says, it probably is. But I took the plunge anyway, because sometimes, well, I'm an idiot. But again, life's too short to drive boring cars. So, I mean, R35 GT-R, super cheap. What's better than that? It's like ordering off the dollar menu, except getting a 2-for-1. Anyway. When I got the car shipped and it rolled off the truck, well, it was definitely worse for wear. It was definitely rough around the edges, and I thought there has to be something seriously wrong with this car because, yeah, this car can't be that cheap unless it has some big issues. I mean, the wrap was super tired, it had a few quirks, and it definitely needed some TLC, but boy, did we turn things around and did we do it fast. I'm telling you, this is the most incredible. It's my dream car. It's lived up to its expectations and then some. And I want to take you through how I turned the cheapest GT-R into the most ideal GT-R on the planet. And one thing I got to tell you guys, I mean, the GT-R, what I absolutely love about it is that, well, it can easily embarrass cars that are 10 times or more than its price. I mean, I just raced a Huracan Performante and absolutely gapped it. Took it to Applebee's, baby. And this thing, I mean, it costs like 1/6 or 1/7 of that. So the coolest thing about these, and I think what's so neat about JDM tuner cars in general, is that building this thing from stock to 700 plus horsepower, and I am no mechanic, Trav will tell you that, but this thing actually wasn't that difficult to do. And on top of that, GT-Rs, believe it or not, have an incredible community behind them. So any question you got gets answered very quickly. And I absolutely loved playing with my dream car, and now I get to wake up to this beautiful thing every single day. But here's the thing, guys, and I really can't believe I'm doing this. I must be nuts because I am actually giving this car away to one of you. Yes, this is my dream GT-R, and this is not clickbait. This is a thank you to all of you watching. And one lucky person, I'm gonna be tossing the keys to this GT-R to, plus 10,000 bucks cash because, well, you know, I mean, just to sweeten the deal a little bit. And as you guys know, with car giveaways, it's for a limited time, and time is actually kind of running out at this point if you're watching it today. So click the link in the pinned first comment down below, buy a shirt, buy a hat, or just get digital entries. We're running a mega multiplier right now, so you can get the best entries for your dollar. Now, if you want it, well, you gotta enter. You really have nothing to lose. So click the link in the pinned first comment, and let's get on with this video. Now, before we get into everything that was done to this car, we got to take a step back to little Brad and probably little you as well, because the GT-R has always been my dream car, and there's a few huge reasons. I mean, first, you can't forget the Fast and Furious legend. I mean, if you grew up with Fast and Furious movies, you know the GT-R's legend. I mean, Brian O'Connor's iconic silver and blue Skyline GT-R, yeah, the R34 in those films made a whole generation just fall in love with this car. Ever since I saw that car, I knew I had to have a GT-R someday. But as you guys know, well, the R34, R33, and R32, they were all forbidden fruit. So realistically, I mean, the only one back in 2009 when this guy came out, that was the GT-R that everybody really wanted. So yes, you know that we weren't allowed to import stuff like the R34 until, well, just recently. And now that they are importable, I mean, they still are like $200,000+. And I get the nostalgia component, but the smile per dollar on that car, it doesn't drive like a $200,000 car. This, on the other hand, and I know it was the cheapest in the nation, and I put a lot of money into it and blood, sweat, and tears, but this thing drives like easily a six-figure car. And that's really cool because, well, I mean, it should, because it is. And also, I mean, we got to talk about the incredible tuning potential on the R35. You guys all know this is a tuner car hero, but even from the factory, this thing is a beast. but with the right mods, which I carefully selected out, you can easily double or even triple the horsepower. Now, what's crazy about R35s is that the way that you know they're fast, unlike a lot of other cars, is not by the sound of the exhaust or the intake or any of that stuff. It's the sound of the transmission, which we'll get into the built transmission on this guy, but it sounds insane. And the more sound the transmission makes on an R35, faster it is, most likely. And I'm currently making a video on what a supercar is, and guess what, you guys? I know it kinda is, it kinda isn't a supercar, but to me, the R35, in a weird way, is definitely a supercar. Now, I know. I mean, what is a supercar? Well, I mean, most of you guys would say something like this, but I'm telling you guys, I mean, this thing is not only faster, but it really, honestly, driving both the cars down the road, someone that's a car enthusiast, more of them, I think, are attracted to this over this guy. Now, you let me know in the comments below. Do you think people are attracted more to that than this, or this to that, or do you just have a Mustang fetish? I mean, well, you must like crowds. And I mean, you can have your cake and eat it too, because not only is this a supercar, it's also a supercar killer. I mean, go on YouTube and you can find an insane amount of videos of R35s eating supercars like Lambos and Ferraris for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and dessert. And that's the coolest thing about this car, is that you know a Ferrari or Lambo is fast, but very few people are actually modifying those things. Where when you see an R35, when you look at this thing, you know this thing means business, and you know that thing ain't slow. Where some supercars, like older ones, like 360s and 430s, and even a Gallardo, really isn't that fast in today's standards, where this car has been around for about 20 years. It don't matter the year, whether it's a 2009 or 2024 that just came off, well, the assembly line is done. It actually just ended like yesterday. But any of those, other than the dated interior on the earlier ones, you know they're probably going to be really fast, like the fastest on the road. So speaking of fastest on the road, let's go through the ideal GT-R mods list and upgrades that really makes this thing one of a kind that you can win. Of course, if you've seen any of my other cars, like my wide body Audi R8 or my Safari 911, I mean, you know that I can't just keep a car stock. And honestly, I've always been into NA engines and 911s and R8s and stuff. And having a turbo to play with is literally, there's not much better in life. I mean, it's like a kitty cat with a laser pen. It just is addictive. And once you start to unlock some of its potential, you then realize that there's so much more true potential that the car has. And I wanted this car not to only be powerful with over 700 horses, but I wanted to make sure that I used quality components to make it reliable. I wanted to be able to daily drive this thing, because breaking necks every single day if I go to the grocery store or find myself where, you know, a nice little canyon run is, well, I wanted to be able to do it all the time and without worry. And so let's talk about first the upgrades under this guy, the engine bay. This thing is an absolute thing of beauty. And what I started with were the Xona Rotor green turbochargers, and these are literally the best in the business. And with this upgrade to both the twins, you know, this will easily support well over 700 horsepower, which is exactly the number that I was shooting for. And let's just say I definitely got past that. And what's cool about these things is they spool almost like stock, but they hit so much harder when the boost actually kicks in. Now, with the turbos, you obviously need to do downpipes. And again, guys, I was learning a lot of this stuff because I had never modified a turbocharged engine. And what the downpipes actually do is they help the turbo spool quicker, they give better flow, and they add a way more aggressive tone to the exhaust. Now, speaking of exhaust, let's go to the back end and check out those iconic rear tails. I mean, that is a thing of beauty, but that is a thing of beauty as well. Look at how big those things are. I mean, you can literally put your fist through them. Did I just fist a car? Yes, I did. Yeah, we should cut that out. Yeah, the exhaust that I put on this thing is the GTC titanium exhaust with a Y pipe, which made this thing sound like an absolute animal ready to attack. And as you guys know, we're trying to have a lot of fun with this car, so that's why we put the Visconti Flex Fuel kit, and that lets this thing not only run premium, but also E85, which I found that E85 is actually about 20% cheaper than premium. It also adds about 100 to 150 extra horsepower, but the downside to E85 is that, well, gas mileage is not all that great. And because of the bigger turbos and the intake and all that good stuff, well, we had to get more fuel running through. So we actually put in Injector Dynamics ID 1300 X2 injectors. And these are just larger injectors. So they essentially feed the hungry engine that's even hungrier because of the higher boost and the bigger turbos and all that good stuff. And if we come around the side, I mean, guys, just look at how good this thing looks. One of the things that GTRs are notorious for is blowing up transmissions. And you know, sometimes you just gotta put that fire out as quickly as you can. So this has a Shep 1.5 transmission in it. So that means that you actually have to take out the transmission, ship it off. They put in upgraded clutches and internals to handle all the extra power because, again, wanted to make sure this thing was as reliable and, well, good looking as it is. And so not only was the transmission upgraded, but also there's an HKS transmission cooler to keep temps down even on the hottest of hot days. So if you're in Arizona, you win this car, you go rip this thing. The only thing sweating will probably be your butt crack, but this thing will stay cool. Well, at least the tranny will. Oh, geez. Now, as you guys know, stock GTRs, they can feel a little bit boaty, I guess, in stock form. And when I first got this car, I won't say it was that confidence inspiring in the handling department, but that all changed with KW coilovers. Not only is the stance beautiful and with spacers, I mean, literally that wheel gap and the poke is literally perfect, but also the driving dynamics of this thing, especially the off-center steering, just the feel of it is so much better, so much more direct. Every GTR should have some sort of coilover that's aftermarket on it because it really just completely changes the character of Godzilla. Now, because of all the modifications, you have to tune the ECU. And the coolest thing, again, about a GTR is that when you do a tune, you get a ton of different options. Everything from, you know, don't wake up your neighbors to absolute noise pollution to lighting marshmallows on fire. So you can essentially pick your flavor depending on the day of the week and decide if you want to go mild or wild, baby. Now, as you guys know, I mean, I'm not the kind of guy that just puts a ton of mods on a car and doesn't make it look the part as well. I mean, when you go to a wedding, you should at least wear a watch, right? And this thing right here not only sounds incredible, is incredible, but it also looks incredible. And we got to start with the Bayside Blue. Now, when we got the car, it had this maroon wrap that looked absolutely horrible. And my boyfriend took it and he decided that, well, we were going to make this thing look literally break the internet and look like the best GTR in the world. So, of course, what color do you go with? Bayside Blue. But not only is it Bayside Blue, but it is also ceramic coated. So the thing looks absolutely mint and it makes it super easy to wash and it protects it from all the elements and it beads water like crazy and it makes cleanup when you go drive this thing. Sorry, bug. Oh, I guess you wanted the guts to do that again. Dad joke. But ultimately, this is the best color on the most iconic GTR really ever. And while there is the color, you have to accent it. And so not only do we have the little red accents on the mirror caps and the intakes right here, but also we have Rex Speed carbon dripping literally on the front spoiler, the side skirts, and that exhaust that you can fist. I mean, you got this rear diffuser back here. Plus you have, in my opinion, the best looking wing. I guess it's a ducktail, but I'm not a big wing guy. My wife tells me I'm not, so I guess this is what you get. And quite honestly, because of the sleek design and how low and go and show this thing is, I actually think this is the best wing for a GTR. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? And next to this $10,000 cash that comes with winning, well, my dream car, you actually have these incredible carbon fiber hood ducts that pump air into those bigger turbos. So not only is it functional, not only is it stylish, but it actually looks incredible as well. Now, I don't want to know what you're doing in the GT-R when you win it, and so that's why we did a limo tint on this thing. So essentially, if you're picking your nose or I don't know what you would be doing in there, no one will see if the windows are up. But if they are down, well, I can't really help you. I mean, because, you know, glass, there isn't any, but you know, you can figure it out. And one of the coolest things I think is the underglow. Well, the underglow and the fact that these red Brembo calipers are actually reflective. So at night, it literally looks like the whole rotor is on fire. Kind of like those race cars, you know, like F1 when they're going really fast at night in Vegas. Well, this is the same look, and you can do it all the time. I mean, F1 cars can only do it on the track. So, I mean, winning, right? And as you guys can tell, it's all in the minor details. And not only did we get this car up to par with taking care of all the TLC that it needed, but then we essentially said, how can we build the most ideal GT-R? And that's exactly what we did. And I know the, well, $1 million question is, how does it drive? Well, let me tell you. I mean, first things first, when you fire this thing up, the titanium exhaust, well, it does not get old. The acceleration literally throws your head into the headrest, and it actually kind of hurts. Ask me how I know. 0 to 60 is in less than 3 seconds. The thing is all-wheel drive, and the coilovers make it feel like it's on rails in the corners. Plus, well, the brakes, those red Brembos, they haul it from speed in a hurry. And the sound, you guys. Oh man, the sound. I mean, it is intoxicating. It screams like, I don't know, an animal, like a monster, because it's Godzilla, get it? That joke. Having taken this thing to quite a few car shows now, I mean, people always comment not only on the looks of your boy, but the exhaust sound. I'm telling you, this thing rolling up, it sounds like a missile that's ready to attack. And I mean, when you put your foot into it, it does. Ask that Lambo owner. You know? And you know, what I really think is incredible about this build is that we built it right. So you don't have to worry about reliability. And I mean, with over 700 horsepower, it's really so much fun to use day in, day out for really everything. And you guys, I mean, that's the goal with this car, was to build an ideal supercar, or you know, if you don't agree with me, supercar slayer, and have that daily driver ability. And I think we absolutely nailed it. So now you're probably wondering, how do I actually win this GT-R? I mean, it's insane. And the way you enter, well, you buy a hat, you buy a shirt, or you just get digital entries, which literally have the best multiplier on the site. So if you don't have time to shop, that's what you do. And you just click the link down in the pinned first comment down below and get entered, because, well, for one, you can't win if you don't enter. And two, I'm gonna be handing the keys to this dream car to one of you guys. So get entered, limited time, and good skill. So I poured my heart and soul and a lot of elbow grease into this GT-R build, and it started as the cheapest supercar, and it came into this beautiful Bayside Blue, 700 horsepower dream machine. Now, this has been one of the most incredible experiences of my life, and I truly believe that every car enthusiast should own a GT-R at least once in their life. Now, I'm literally making that possible for one of you out there by just getting entered to win. So if you want to be the proud new owner of this modified 700 horsepower GT-R and $10,000 cash, well, just hit the link. And I can't thank you guys enough for all the support over the last 8.5 years of me doing YouTube full time. I mean, I love the positive feedback. I love the constructive criticism, as my mom would say. I mean, ultimately, you guys make my job, well, a dream job. And I can't thank you guys enough. And this is one of the ways that I feel like I can give back to you guys, because buying my dream car, that is incredible in itself. And you know, sometimes your dreams actually do come true. And the way they do is, well, by having them and then acting upon them. And so this has been a really incredible journey for me, and something that I love that I can bring you guys along for the ride. And so, yeah, you know, that's my story on this R35 GT-R. If you enjoyed it, well, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'd like you to check out some of these Ideal vids over here. I'm Brad Danger. This is Ideal. We will catch you next week. Promise me one thing: keep living the ideal lifestyle.